Yes, guys and girls. Hope everybody's good. It's been a bit. Like I said, busy uni. It's done me in. I'll be honest. So just put up with me for a month or something. All right. Once the first assignments are out of the way, I can relax a bit. I can do more stuff. But anyway, yeah, we get carried away. We get carried away, don't we, as a fan base? People just need to relax a little bit, just chill out. I know it's hard to do when you're watching us every week, and Premier League's such a hard league to stay in. It's such a hard league. The margins are so small between success and failure. But yeah, it's been a difficult one for many reasons. So if you don't mind just subbing and dropping a like, I'd feel great. Sell out. But yeah, let's get into it. You know, going off what happened last week against Palace, I've had some time to sit and think about it. And what I said in my video after the game is probably not changed so much. But there's one or two things, right? And people talking about Jesse Marsh being under pressure. And I'm just going to go through some things I've seen this year on the Leeds sphere and the wider football sphere. I'm going to talk about them. Get into it, right? Because we can talk about the review. We can talk about even match review. But let's be honest. We're playing against one of the best teams in the Premier League. Well, the best. So what can we do? Let's get into us. Let's talk about us for a bit. I've seen a lot of people talk about results have been bad last five because everyone's going on the last five because, the ones before that were actually quite good in this 8-game season. So everyone's talking about the last five, but we drew two of them. But it's all about people talking about the teams we should have beat, and I've been through this, so I'm not going to talk about it too deeply. But there's no team you should beat in this league necessarily. Of course, you look at the teams like the Bournemouths and the Forests and the Leicesters who are not doing great. Well, Bournemouth are doing quite well actually, but no, those type of teams, and you think we should beat them? Yes, of course you should beat the teams that you think you're higher in the league. You think you are further ahead than. Of course you should. But no easy game in this league. No game is a given. There's no result that you can 100% say we're going to win this. You just can't do that. And I'm seeing people say, take the Chelsea result away. You can't take the Chelsea result away. You can't do it. That is a result in this season. You can just easily say take the Brentford result away. And that takes 5 goals off the goal difference, and suddenly the goal difference is decent, and we're actually only just losing games by 1 goal. You could say that. You could say we're in every game. You could say so many things. The Chelsea result is a leveller of what we can do when this works. And people work in different ways. Some people look at it as if that's a one-off, and the other results have not been as good as that. I look at it as a positive and say that is the benchmark. That is what we can do. You can easily go and say, oh, well, Tuchel got fired and all that, but let's not forget who Thomas Tuchel is here. Let's not forget who Chelsea are. Come on, let's be realistic. You can't take away that result. That result is a benchmark of how good we can be. To take that away is just easily saying, you take that away, Jesse Marsh is rubbish. That's just an easy pointer to get on Jesse Marsh. And he's got that in the bank, whether you like it or not. The biggest gripe I've had this season, this week kind of thing, and probably since he came in, is saying Jesse Marsh is tactically adept in the Premier League. And that's interesting. And I hear that. We've lost wins, we've lost, we've not put games away, whatever. We don't adapt. But will these same people have the same energy for a certain other manager we had when we were getting beat every week and not change anything? I don't think they did. We never once got tactically adept. If we don't forget who kept us in this league for changing tactics and changing his entire style of play to help us stay in the league, which worked, by the way. Calling him tactically adept for the Premier League is so disrespectful in the sense that it's just not true. And people will be like, well, why? How can you say that? Well, again, you can go back to the results. You can go back to the way we have dominated teams. We have dominated halves of football. We dominated Chelsea. For the most part against Southampton, we were excellent. Crystal Palace, we were excellent. Even parts in the Brentford game, we were very good. That's the fact. Go back and watch the games. I'm giving you free rein to do that before you can play. Go do it. There is areas we were good. But what I'm going to say is this. I hear it. I do hear it. We are not adapting. But you got to ask why. Is the manager not changing it around? No. Why not? So when he brought So when the subs he brought on against, was it Chelsea? Them subs changed the game. They helped alleviate the result. The other game we won as well. He brought Sam Greenwood on, he sort of Joffrey on and Click, and they were the biggest impact. They were excellent. They brought the game up. They brought the play. We were good. That worked very well. That was very good. That's tactical. That's bringing the right players on at the right time. Having said that, the games where we've not adapted, we've not changed, you've got to think this. He's brought on Click to do the same jobs. Click hasn't done it. He didn't do it the other day against Palace. He wasn't great. And you've got to look at who we are and what we can do. And what I mean by that is, where are we in that journey? Where are we in progression? Every team we are playing against is newer than us, is older than us. We are new. Our system is new. Our players are new. Our style of play is new to this team. So to say he's tactically an adept, I just don't think it's true. Don't get me wrong. You can improve it. And I think he will improve it. I think he'll learn. But he's not only him. The players have to perform the tactics. He's clearly giving them stuff to do, and they're clearly not doing it. And in terms of finishing results and creating chances, I'm not hearing we're not creating chances. We are creating big chances in games. Big chances. We've had, what, 2 or 3? 2 clear, 0.99 goal attempts this year, which should have gone in. They win you a game. They get you another point. That's the facts. We do create chances. We don't create as many clear cut, but we create bigger ones. When we create them, they are big. And we're getting positions in games where we're around the area where you should be creating, but it's breaking down because of knowledge, because of the players, because of not being on the same wavelength. This is what consistent training comes from. This is what a system is. This is how a system works. And also, you've got to look at the team around him. Remy Marek, one of the best young tactician coaches in Europe. And that's basically based on where he's been and what people said about him. He is. He's young. He's adapting to the Premier League. He also has to understand teams and how to adapt. Because I'd imagine he's a big part of the tactics. He's a big part of changing the game. I imagine. Jesse Marsch, of course, he's that guy. He's that motivator. He's also the coach. He knows his tactics. He knows his system. He's now got to get that across to all these other new coaches. And then they'll have their own adapts in there as well. And that's going to take time. But it's whether you can be patient enough to allow us to become consistent. I can, others can't, and that's fine. I'm not thinking that. That's fair enough. You want better football. You want more success now. I'm willing to wait at least until after the World Cup to see something that I can say, yes, we're all right. I can wait longer for that. And it was the same with Marcelo. When everything was going wrong, I was still willing to wait because you never know. But with Marcelo, you knew he wasn't going to change. He said that many times. And that was the issue. I think Jesse Marsch has adaptability in him. It's just about learning when and how to do that in games. I'm not saying he's the best tactical manager in the Premier League by any stretch, but he's one of the youngest. It's the second youngest in the Premier League. And he's got to adapt to it. Mikel Arteta is the best thingy of that. The best, what's the word? Example. The best example. Mikel Arteta could have been fired on many occasions. Fans wanted him out. The club weren't too sure. The players weren't too sure at times. It wasn't looking good. Everyone wanted him gone. People saying he was technically adept. All that stuff. Look at them now. I'm not saying they're going to win the league, but look at them. They're playing excellent football. They're playing for him in his system. Just because ours isn't passy about, it's not going to be. We don't have the best players in the world to do that. We can't do that. Our system can be fun. It can be interesting. We've seen it in areas in this season, and it's about being consistent with them good areas, doing that more than often than not. In terms of finishing the ball, putting the ball in the back of the net, that's nothing the coach can do about that. That is not on the coach. Pixar just made a great save, sorry. That's not on the coach for me. That's how can finish it one-on-ones or 3 yards out or even having a shot. If you get in an area on a pitch, you don't have a shot. That's not classed as a chance because you're not having a shot. Wherein you should be easily shooting. There's many occasions where in and around the box where you're just saying hit it. They don't. That's down to the player's individual thought, mindset. That's just that. I don't know. People don't like Jesse Marsch, and nothing's going to change that. People like previous manager Martin. They're not going to like Jesse Marsch no matter what he does. All right, fair enough, whatever, fine. I'm not talking to those people. They're obviously clicked off the video. They don't care. I'm talking to people that are a bit unsure. Just what are we? What do you expect us to be, right? That's what you've got to say. What are we? Where are we? Look at our squad. Look at our 15, 16. Are they better than most around us? Probably not. Probably not. Are we doing... We're in 14th. Most people predicted that or lower. We're not playing the best football, but we can play better football, I think. And I've seen it. That's what we can do against the better sides. Against anyone. You know, if you don't want to be patient, that's fine. If you don't like Jesse Marsch, that's fine. This isn't for you, I guess. But I'm a human. Well, we're all humans. But I think, like, he's a human too. Give the man a chance. He's got where he's got because he's been good at what he's done. He's not just been brought in because some American, you know? And just to be honest, in terms of tactic, I just don't think I'm better than Jesse Marsch, and some people out there think they could do a better job than him. I strongly advise you to get your coaching badges because you could make a lot of money if that's the case. Seriously. Oh, I'm playing. No, do it, honestly. Seriously. I'd love it. Go earn yourself some money, mate. Whoever you are. Oh, whatever. I'm having a laugh. Let's just all chill out a bit. You know, come the next few, 7-8 games, the World Cup, and we're on the same amount of points, or we're Englishing in like 17, 18. I'll be worried, believe me. I'll be looking at January then, thinking get a few players in place, you know, which we might. Let's see. But yeah, right now I'm not worried. I see progression. I've seen what we can be, and it's about getting that consistency. This is a process, and we are early in that process. The game tomorrow is going to be not going to be fun. And we're not expected to get anything. We're expected to get battered. So when we do get battered, let's not call for Jesse Marsch's head, because realistically, what on earth are we meant to do? This is football. You never know what happens. You never know what could happen. And that's what I like about it. Playing a very good side who stuck with their manager and now believe in that system and are now playing excellent football out of that system. That's what we could do. It's not kick and hope. It's not ping ball. It isn't. That's what it looks like at times. Yes, it does. Because it's not yet complete. In terms of team, who would I go with? It's a tough... Will we go with 5 at the back? I'm not sure. I'm not sure we've done that enough. I think that'd be a big risk. I think a lot of players would be confused by that. Maybe they do. Maybe they've worked on it training. I don't know. Sinisterra is going to come back into this team, isn't he? Of course, you bring Sinisterra in. Does that mean Rodrigo or Bamford's getting out? I think he's going to stick with Bamford. If he's fit, I think Bamford's obviously going to start. Then you've got Harrison, Aronson, and Sinisterra. What's the 3? Bamford up top. I think that's going to be the thing. Obviously, we know the midfield by now, don't we? The units in there of Rocker and Adams. Back 4, I think it's going to be the same. I'm going to have Cooper Cock. Has Llorente had enough break? Don't know. See what Jesse Marsch says about that. Rasmus is going to be right back. Strout's going to be left back. Meslier and net. I don't think I'm going to change too much. I do want to see a bit of Willian Yonto. I want to see Willian Yonto come off the bench. I know people have been frustrated as to why he's not playing, you know. But you got to remember as well, there's not been many games since he's been here. There's not been a lot at all. It's that thing of time and getting used to the system. And this is his pre-season for us, you know. It takes a month to get used to everything. But I do want to see him more. I want to see him get involved more. People saying he's just an 18-year-old. I'm still hearing that. The guy's number 8 currently in the young player of the year. So, Golden Boy. Number 8. Look at the teams around. Look at the teams of the other players. And people saying, yeah, it's all Leeds fans voting. It isn't, because that vote finished before he joined Leeds. So, he's there by merit, because he's an excellent young player. So let's just stop calling him a young kid we got. He's not. He's more than that. And I can't wait for him to prove everyone wrong. Honestly, I can't wait for it. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one, isn't it? I'm sure there's going to be a meltdown after it. I'm sure there will be, because people want Jesse Marsch gone, which, fair enough, that's your opinion, whatever. But I just think we need to just believe in the system. And Arsenal are testament of that. And there's other teams that are testament of that as well. You know, West Ham with David Moyes. Just remember David Moyes' first few seasons at West Ham. Remember that. They were not good. Remember it. They were not good at all. Even to actually, you can go Brentford and Thomas Frank. And he failed to get them up, and they got through the playoffs. They failed to get them up that first season Well, he was there when they had the best team in the championship by far, and they failed to get them up. He bottled it, and they only just got through the playoffs. And you could have easily said they were the best team in the league on paper, but look at them now. They're flourishing. And you got to believe in it. You have to believe in it. If you don't, sorry, but I'm just going to keep supporting my guy and the team, and let's just see what happens tomorrow here. It's going to be one of them, innit? Let's just watch it and like, right, fair enough. Well, if we get something, a little bit of heart, a little bit of desire, a little bit of play, some good football, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we can change things up. Let's see if we can adapt. Let's see if we can just play some decent stuff and just worry them. Even if it's for little moments in games, just have some moments where we could do something. That's all I'd be happy to see. But yeah, pleasure. See you guys probably after the match tomorrow. Crying, probably. Nah, it's Arsenal, innit? That's what we expect, so yeah.